Thank you for joining us at the Cologuard Classic. Before we begin, I'd like to give you this opportunity to give your thoughts on Tiger.
So all the guys here understand and appreciate what he has meant to the game of golf and for us and the PGA Tour, and so we all are very appreciative and supportive of what he's done for us. But right now, that's so far from our minds. And I thought Rory McIlroy really said it well when he said that we're just lucky and appreciative that his kids didn't lose their father. So we all are hoping and praying for a full and speedy recovery, but we're also thankful because that looked awful, and we're thankful he's still with us.
Thank you for being here this week. You haven't been here since 1991, but last time you were here, you had great success. Did that contribute at all to you wanting to come back this week?
So I was very fond and always appreciative of this tournament. It was obviously the first tournament I ever won on the PGA Tour. But also the Conquistadors gave me a sponsor's exemption that week in 1991, and I'll never forget it. I was always appreciative of that. Unfortunately, the regular tour did not come here after a while, and I was really disappointed because I've always loved playing here, and there's a special place in my heart for this golf course and this tournament. And for it to be able to come back, I can't believe it's been 30 years. It just has raced by. But it brings back a lot of those memories. And Steve Loy and I have been spending some time last few days. He caddied for me that week. He was my college golf coach, and we were talking about all the great things that have happened, certainly the week here and all around that week and that win, and how much fun we had. And it's a really special place to me, and for me to come back and relive and experience all of those moments has been fun.
I'll grab the questions. If you'll please raise your hand. Michael Lev.
Hey there, Phil. How has your relationship with Tiger evolved over the years?
We were competing against each other for quite some time. Then we started working together to try to get the Ryder Cup and President's Cup team events to get our players to play our best. And then we became partners in developing a couple of matches. And so it's been fun to be able to work with him. And again, I realize, just like all the guys here do, how much he's meant to the game of golf and the growth and getting us off the back page and onto the front page. And so we've all benefited from him. But you're right, it has really evolved from competing against each other to working with each other.
Other questions?
The other day was reminiscing about his college days and his team battling your team back in those days. What are some of your better memories of going head-to-head?
We had a lot of good matches, and we both squads were always really good while we were Jim and I were in college, and we had some great matches against each other, with each other. I remember playing with Jim back in junior golf, and the one memory that stands out for me was it was raining, and he had these white cotton gloves, and he had no problems gripping the club. I thought, wow, I was never seen that, never heard of that. And it's little things like that we kind of carry through. But Jim's one of the most quality guys on the PGA Tour, and I'm very appreciative of our friendship over the years.
You also said that you have a knack for one-upping how good you were in college and the pros, and you're always kind of one step ahead. You looking for some more of that this week? You guys both won your first start.
That's not my motivation, because I find myself pulling for his success. He's a guy you just can't help but pull for. He's one of the greatest guys, and I think U of A is very proud to have him as an alumni, and he's represented the school so well for so many years, as well as the PGA Tour. And like I say, I'm appreciative to call him a friend.
Big question from Vince.
Hey Phil, how you doing?
Good, Vince, you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Also, Jim was mentioning that in those days, those matches, that even back then you were super creative in some of those matches, and sometimes to the point where Coach Loy would on the maybe say, that might not be the shot we want to do there. And I'm just wondering if that was always a part of your game, just outside the box and daring.
It is. I've just always enjoyed playing like that and playing creatively, and it goes back to when I started hitting golf balls for the first time in my yard, and my dad put a little putting green there, and the same shot got boring. I just didn't want to do the same shot over and over, so I was moving the pins and tucking the pins, and then I started going in behind the trees and off of the dirt and creating more of a challenge. So I would have to be creative and figure out how to hit those shots. And so it goes back to when I was just a few years old doing that in my yard. But I love everything about the game of golf, and I love trying to create shots, trying to come up with shots. And one of the best shots I've ever hit, I was even pointing it out to today with my brother Tim, was a shot I hit on it was number 11 at the time, and now it's 15, the par 5. And it was a 88-yard 8-iron that I had to slice around the trees, and it side spun all the way across that green down to that left pin. I think it was maybe Friday or Saturday of the Tucson Open, not the year I won. It might have been 92 or 93. It was like after I'd won the first time, but I think I won a 95 and 6 as well. But so it was one of those years in between, and I still remember it because that ball spun on the green 80 feet to the side and went in. It was one of the greatest shots I've ever hit in my life, and that's the stuff that I really enjoy.
How does Coach Roy allow you to be that person, but still within a team concept?
Well, I wouldn't tell him what I was doing most of the time. Yeah, I remember one time we were in McCormick Ranch, and the last hole is this island fairway, and then you got to head over the water to the green, and I hit it on the left side of the grass, and I was up against, like, we used to have like 150 markers that were trees. So I didn't have a left-handed swing. I had a right-handed swing. And Coach was back there helping the guys 300-400 yards away. And I wanted to flip over an 8-iron and hit it right-handed and try to knock it on the green. And so, I'm kind of half asking him from 400 yards away, hey, can I, and I see Coach go like this. All right. So I stand up over that shot, and I'm about ready to swing, and I hear, wait. I see him back there 400 yards. Don't. What are you doing? He's telling me now to pause, and then I got to wait for him to drive up, and he says, what are you doing? Just lay it up. Ensure you're 5. We've got the team win, blah, blah, blah. And he was right. That's the one time I listened to him, and he was right. Of course, he was right there, and he knew what I was doing. That's why I didn't tell him half the time.
Take a question from KDOA.
Hey, Phil, how much of those memories from 30 years ago, your win as an amateur star pass, be with you going into this weekend as you look to try to...
I played with Rocco Mediate the 3rd round of that event. So I have a decent memory of the event, and I played with Rocco Mediate, and we were still talking about some of the things that kind of transpired. So here we are 30 years later. He remembers some of the stuff I remember. It was the first time I had really had a chance to play with him. I had watched him prior to that, but so I would say, you have such great memories that those things really those stick because it was such a special moment in my life. So after I won the first 2, I became aware of it because somebody told me, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I think it's going to be a tough challenge for me here because the course allows you to play it a lot of different ways. And so although I'm going to play it pretty aggressively, I'm going to bring in a lot of trouble too. So if I can kind of eliminate some of the big misses, I think I'm going to make a lot of birdies. But it also allows you to make a lot of birdies playing more conservative line too. And I think there are going to be a lot of guys that shoot some pretty good numbers and force me to go low if I want to try to come out on top. So I don't think it's going to be an easy task by any means, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun opportunity.
Big question from Brett.
I hit some good shots. I had a team that played really well too. They when one was out of the hole, the other one was in it. They did a really good job. So our Pro-Am team scored pretty low. And when they were out of the hole, I seemed to make a couple of birdies for them as well.
Good question from Brett.
Any thoughts on the Conquistador helmet over there?
Yeah, it looks cool. I've got 3 of them that are wanting a 4th. They want a nice even number. they want to force them. They don't like to go out as 3. They're always looking for a 4th, so that would be a nice fit.
Question from Todd.
Have you mapped out your season in terms of which tour events you want to play and which Champions Tour events you want to play so far?
So I haven't looked at the Champions events. I will play the Players in Honda, and most likely play Valero and Masters. I'm going to wait to commit to that because there's a few things that might change, but that's kind of my schedule through the Masters, and I really haven't looked much past that, and I haven't really looked at Champions Tour schedule, but I want to start playing on the regular tour with a little bit less stress, and I've been really hard on myself when I make some mistakes, and I've got to kind of ease up and play a little bit more free and a little bit lighter, and if I can do that, I think I can shoot some pretty good scores out there.
Big question from Michael.
When you came here as an amateur in '91, did you expect to win that year?
So there's an interesting story on my Instagram account about that I talked about expectations and writing it down. So I definitely thought that was something it was a goal I had set. I had written it down. I'd put it out there, and I had forgotten about it actually 3-4 weeks later when the tournament came. But absolutely, that was in my mind for a month leading up.
Jim Furyk has said that the Champions Tour is his home tour now. Where are you at in terms of embracing the Champions Tour? Are you both feet in, 1 foot in? How would you describe your?
So it's the challenge of competing against the best players in the world that motivates me. So it's what gets me up in the morning to work out and to get to the range and practice and put in the work. And so without that challenge or without that hope or opportunity, I don't think I would be as motivated to work as hard as I do. So that still has to be a big part of my schedule. And I really do have the belief I can play and compete out there. I just have not played my best, and I've been really hard on myself when I haven't. When I go out and play at home, I'm playing well enough and shooting the scores to play and compete. But when I get on tour, I'm playing a little bit tight, which is not normal for me. So I've got to work on that.
We'll wrap this up with a final question from Brett.
Phil, we saw you on 9. Can you just tell us what you were talking about on that tee box, or how you were strategizing on that tee box?
So there's not much to strategize if you're going to hit a 4-iron in the fairway and move on. But trying to find the right line, it's the right line for me to hit driver, and what pins to go at and what the line is, and do I want it to draw or fade. Then we had to get up and see how far left the out of bounds was, how firm the ground was, things like that. So like I say, I've got hazard right, out of bounds left, but there's 60 yards wide, plenty of room to fit a golf ball in, and I've got to find the right time to hit that club. What wind do I want? I don't want that wind blowing right to left to the out of bounds. So it might be under certain, what scenarios am I going to hit driver there? And then what scenarios am I going to hit 4-iron? So like I said, there's a lot of opportunities on this course to play a different line and play these holes a different way. And then sometimes you've just got to play the smart way, more conservative, and cut your birdie chance in half.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Phil. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you.